just thought I'd take a short break just to let you know about becoming a Breakout Bestie. So we've launched a brand new subscription service for the small businesses that need us in your pocket. So why do you need to become a Breakout Bestie? Well, it's just a monthly subscription that gives you access to us when you need us. There's a closed group where you can ask us any question you need. There's also an anonymous posting on, so if you've got clients in the same group, you can ask us anything and we'll get back to you. Sometimes that'll be a quick answer, other times it might be that we need a bit more of an in-depth chat. There'll also be posts and information on the latest trends, the latest strategies for social media, upcoming things from HMRC that you may have missed, just anything you need to make your life easier to run your business. You'll also have access to our client base and money off discounts and vouchers for various services we've got coming out. This is brand new, it's only just been launched, so have a look, go on our website under Besties and sign up soon.
So you need to have a bit of a plan to be consistent, because we can't be talking about Easter in November. There's no point.
No.
It's all about Christmas now.
Yep.
Whether it's related to your business or not, the weather, Christmas, the winter, whatever it might be, it has to be relatable and in the moment. Because when it used to be the days that today's news is tomorrow's chip paper, today's social media post is probably out of date within about 4 hours sometimes. But that's why we've created the content creation days. So then once a month, you get some time with us to get an idea of like what you need to post, what you should be posting. As a small business owner, you have probably got a photo album full of what pictures you need to post and what you want to get out there. So your content's already there. We will teach you and we'll plan, and I guarantee you will walk out of that with a month's worth of content. Easy.
Hi and welcome to Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. This podcast is specifically for business owners or wannabe business owners. Say you've got a side hustle or you've got a passion for something and you think it'd be absolutely amazing, or you see people that do amazing things with their passions and what they enjoy doing. Well, you can do that. So please subscribe and we hope you enjoy listening to this episode.
Hi and welcome to Breakout Business Rainbows and Unicorns, where there's no such thing as failure if you don't try. So today we're going to talk all about content creation. So Liam over here from Record and Repurpose.
Hi everyone.
Has joined us again because we're going to talk all about content, which both of us are good at in various different formats and different ways. We'll also be talking about the content creation days that we're now doing at Suffolk Creative Spaces, which is the first Friday of every month for £99 a month.
Yeah, absolutely. The idea is that we're kind of pulling from both of our knowledge sets, both of our skill sets, and bringing some ideas to share with you if you're looking to up your content game, to build that level of trust, knowledge and expertise, sharing ability with your ideal audience.
Yeah. At the end of the day, as I say to everyone that comes in to see us, whether they're talking about social media, your average and typical social media platforms, website platforms, wherever you're creating content for, is you are always the best at creating your own content. And as much as I say that to people and they like wince and go, oh no, I'm no good at it, it's really, really important that you at least have a handle on it. So even when we do content for other businesses, they have some involvement somewhere. They've either already got their branding, or they supply some pictures, or we just know a feel of their company, their brand, their tone of voice, everything behind that. And unfortunately, some people just don't want to do it. They're just not interested in it. It's not their strength. And that's where people like us can come in and help. You've also got the rise of AI, which is a massive, massive thing at the moment. And it's really, really good for inspiration. So ChatGPT, write 10 social media posts all about how to create a podcast, for example. It will give you the idea. You can ask it to put 3 paragraphs for 10 social media captions all about creating a podcast. You can build it from there. What hashtags do I use, etc., etc. However, as you'll find more and more, and I've probably noticed this on Facebook massively, maybe even just in the last week or so, with AI images and chat, that you can't trust anything, and people realise that you can't trust anything. So the problem being is if you put everything on ChatGPT and just cut and paste it, it's A, going to be the same as everyone else's, and B, it's not you. It's not. It's just not. It's not.
I think if we also put it into kind of a bit of perspective of people, like when people are watching content online, it's so easy to tell when you're being advertised to.
Yeah.
So you're looking through, and people these days can like spot an advert a mile away. And I think we're going to get to the same with content that's kind of generated in that AI format. Yes, it's great, and you can fill your social media schedule with it, like with just faceless post.
Yeah.
Get ChatGPT to throw some ideas out. Obviously, ChatGPT will give you what it thinks you're looking for.
Yes.
But you might have a different perspective. You might have different thoughts about something. You might have a different angle than what other people have, and that's what your strength's going to be in that respect.
Yeah.
I think it's also going to be quite telling, those people who are creating their own content, especially if you can get on camera and actually talk to somebody.
Yeah.
People are going to get that level of trust and a feel for working with you.
Yeah.
And not kind of that, am I working with that person? Am I working with an AI? You know, I want to know that I can trust that person is going to do a good job for me.
And it's got to be consistent. So going back to you're the best at creating your own content, is actually, you can't over or undersell it from what the customers experience and how they're going to be with you. So it's great. I could chat GPT something that even I wouldn't understand, but it could tell you all the technical stuff and a load of information behind social media. But that's not how I'm going to talk to you when you come to see me. I'm not going to baffle you with all of the tech, all the insights, all the random acronyms. So it's getting that level of inspiration, but also in your language and your tone of voice and how you would work, because there's nothing worse. And I've seen it for shops, especially, that they sell themselves and they look amazing on social media, and you go, and all stuff, Grumpy. You're like, you're not like this on your Insta posts.
I suppose it's a little bit like cheating in an exam, right?
Yeah.
So like if you copied off your mate and then suddenly the teacher asked you to explain the answer that you gave, are you going to be able to confidently and articulately kind of put across, this is how I explain this? And like you say, we want that consistency. So somebody bumped into you in the street and they had a quick question, or they hit you up on social media and they come in for a meeting, or you jumped on a phone call. Are you going to be able to be consistent with the information that you're putting across? Yeah,
exactly that. And it's like, it's not just the captions and the chat, it's the photos and the videos and the statics that you and Brandon you might create on Canva, because at the end of the day, you need to be happy with the pictures and images and videos that are going out on social media. So where I say you're the best at creating your own, there are people like us that help you create them, but you still need to be involved in some kind of respect. Unless you're a completely faceless company, then you need to be involved. You need to keep the account alive, consistent, up to date, because we won't know. It's like if you're a physiotherapist, for example. I know absolutely nothing about physiotherapy. So while I could do some statics and create some images, I still need the images from the physiotherapist. I still need a bit of chat from the physiotherapist. What do you want to talk about? Okay, I want to talk about foot pain. Brilliant. Okay. I could put, do you have foot pain? See a physiotherapist. But no one's going to engage with that. They're just going to scroll on by. So you still need to work together. So you have to think of having someone to help you out or do your content creation as part of the team and liaise with them. So everything that goes out online matches from when that customer or client or patient, in the case of physiotherapists, how they walk in, how do they feel, what kind of chat do they get, how good is your customer service, what are you going to do? And it's all of that. So we can help with that expertise of how to write that, how to get that across on social media, how you're going to make those patients that aren't your patients at the moment, but how are they going to feel, and make them click that magic button to slide into your DMs, pick up the phone, go to your website, send you an inquiry. Because ultimately that's the end goal, is you just want that booking or that sale, whatever it might be.
And people are savvy these days. They're going to do that due diligence. That's the whole reason why we're creating that content.
Yeah.
Is because people are going to be looking at what it is that you offer, who it is that you are, and can you be trusted? They're going to look on your website, your social media, and they're going to make that decision. And if you're not offering that piece of content and your competitor is, then they're going to gain their trust a bit easier.
Yeah, exactly that. And that's where videos are important. We will always say now on social media, put some videos out if you can, and also batch record them or get a voiceover. So it's your voice or your sounds or your tone, because if it's not, people will know. And it's not just, we're beyond the days of just dancing on video, unfortunately. You need a bit more trust and a bit more chat on that. And that's where we will spend, when I do reels, for example, I'm just coming to the end of, I think I batch recorded about 20 reels and they've now gone out. So I think I'm now at the end of that. So I need to sit and batch record. But there's a mix of trending music, talking about what's current. So you need to have a bit of a plan to be consistent, because we can't be talking about Easter in November. There's no point.
No.
It's all about Christmas now.
Yep.
Whether it's related to your business or not, the weather, Christmas, the winter, whatever it might be, it has to be relatable and in the moment. Because when it used to be the days that today's news is tomorrow's chip paper, today's social media post is probably out of date within about 4 hours sometimes.
Depending on the platform, maybe even a bit less, but yeah.
But that's why we've created the content creation days. So then once a month, you get some time with us to get an idea of like what you need to post, what you should be posting, because I guarantee as a small business owner, you have probably got a photo album full of what pictures you need to post and what you want to get out there. So your content's already there. And if you've been going for over a year, you'll have content that was applicable last November. So you can reuse that as well. Let's all not make our egos too big that everybody sees every single post. And no one's going to remember. If you think how quickly we flick through, whether it's flicking through posts or scrolling through stories, you're not going to remember that. There's very few posts that people actually remember. Although when I did post about the birthday banners on Springlands Bridges, that still haunts me 8 years later, and everyone was like, oh, you love a birthday banner? I'm like, oh yeah, I proper. But it was because the post was quite funny, I like to think anyway. But rather than, if you're not at the point where you want to do, you don't want to take someone on, but you want to do your own social media posting and content creation, the theme is consistent content creation this month, which is Friday the 6th of December. We will teach you and we'll plan, and I guarantee you will walk out of that with a month's worth of content. Easy, if not more, would you say?
Yeah, I agree. We're going to share some tips, tricks and advice on how to get consistent with some of the platforms that you can use. And we're going to help with that idea generation as well. So we're going to give you a few for your specific business, but then send you off with a whole reel of where you can go. So yeah, this is a real good session where you're able to do that planning for the next month and beyond's worth of content that you'll be able to share authentically, and hopefully to build that level of trust with your audience.
Yeah, definitely. And just get to the point where you're posting, and you don't have to post every day. There is no dark art to say, right, you need to post Wednesdays at 10, Fridays at 4. It's a load of rubbish. You just need to post consistently. If anything, to prove it, if you go on Instagram, you will see the most popular post that you've engaged with might have been posted 2 or 3 days ago. It's not who's posted in the last 5-10 minutes. So the main thing is to get really, really good content to get people engaged with you. Because I'm really, really sorry, but if people aren't engaging with you or people swiping past, it's 9 times out of 10 because your content ain't great. And hard fact. But like I said to a client the other day, unless you're someone and you're selling a service that people don't want to be seen to like or follow, so it was a very, very specific niche service, people will engage and click on and comment and share. And that is the golden thing at the moment. It is shares. So people sending your content to their friends, because Meta's biggest thing is to keep you on that social media platform as soon as possible. So if you've got good content that's shared with friends, then they will
promote that with the algorithm. Yeah. I think you're bang on there. And the other thing to say about the session is that, bring your questions, bring examples. We've got a bit of a Q&A section in there as well.
Yeah.
So, there's no such thing as a silly question. And if it is that, one of us doesn't know, I'm sure the other person will know. And it's a bit of a collaborative day. So we're all working together to share ideas, to really kind of build that community of people creating that consistent content.
Yeah. And there'll be bits and pieces thrown in there. It's like our Canva workshops. You just ask anyone that's attended our Canva workshops how much they got from it and how much it's lifted and branded their social media and content on websites and YouTube. It's made a huge, huge difference. So if you've got any questions, give us a shout. If you know someone, maybe don't directly say, oh, you should listen to this because Farley M. Liam says your content's rubbish. But if you know someone who needs a bit of help, or just generally keep saying social media is their pain point, they're like, oh, I've got to schedule social media. The biggest positive about outsourcing is that you outsource what your weakness is or what you don't like doing in your small business. So just tag them in, get them to have a listen, or send them a link to the Suffolk Creative Spaces website and get them booked on.
Yep. Awesome.
Cool. Well, thanks for listening as always. Please like, share and subscribe because it helps a massive deal for a small podcast like ours. And we will speak to you next time.
Catch ya.
Thanks for listening to this episode. We really hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please share with a friend who you think needs a bit of help with starting a business or even their small business, which they've already got going. Please like and subscribe to our podcast, which always helps a small business or small podcast like us. And check the show notes. We all have everything in there relating to the episode, which you might need, might want to read, and links to anyone we've interviewed and certain subjects we've spoken about. And thanks for listening.